All right, I've had a few people come in now or email me and ask a bit about the results sections. And so I'm going to play a quick video here through looking at your output from SPSS and how it goes into a table. So first I'm going to do the descriptives. So we see here the variables I'm using would be a physical health, marriage quality, and a support measure here. And there's 56 was the same number, so that's your N. And then this minimum to maximum, that's the range. I've had a few people asking me what the range is. So the range for the first one would be 1 to 5. The range for the second is 24 to 35. And the range for the third is 3 to 15. Now you only have to have 2 variables. I've just included 3 so that we can look at some of the differences you may have in yours. Then we have the means for each of them and the standard deviation. Now we also have alphas for those of you who had a scale. Not everybody has a scale, but most of you do have a scale included. And that alpha you need to report is this right here, that point, this would be 0.88 because we'd round to 2 decimal points. And that would be the alpha that you would also need to include with your mean, standard deviation, and range. And this is for each of the measures that they apply to within the method section of the paper. Now, some of you have frequencies. You can include those in your results as well, saying that a certain number was done more than others. Not everybody has frequencies. If you don't have something that says frequencies, it would look like here where this correlations is, then you don't need to include it. We may be able to get those done for the final for everybody. But everybody does have correlations. And it will have correlations. You may have printed it. This is what it looks like. Here again, yours may be smaller if you only have 2 variables. And you need to turn that into APA format. And this is where I think some people are confused. It's table 5.6 in the APA manual. It gives you an example. I'll show you a little bit as well. Here we have the ones turn into dashes, but the correlation is this number right here, that 0.35 is the correlation between physical health and marriage equality index. So 0.35 is all we're going to have in the table. And then the second number is the significance, and here it's 0.006. If it's less than 0.1, then it's significant. If it's bigger than 0.1, it's not significant. So that's why I included both, so you can see here this one is significant, this one here is not significant. So I had the 3 variables so you could see those 2 different things. Now when we switch to Excel is where I recommend making it. You can do it in Word too. I've already typed in number 1 for physical health, 2 for marital satisfaction. You only have to have 2, but for my 3, we have 3 for support. Then up here I would do 1. And then I could put in the number here. For example, the physical health to physical health. It says 1 before. Here we put in, there we go, the dashes. And if you're doing it here with 2 dashes, you need to hit the prime. It's the letter next to the 1. You'll get the OK. Oh, I think the prime goes first, sorry. Prime, then it'll leave it in there for you. You can also wait and put these in Word when you copy it over. But you can leave that blank, also works, because it's the exact same one. But here is marital satisfaction and physical health. So looking back at our correlation for physical health and quality of marriage, that was 0.35 rounded. So then I can do 0.35, and coming back here again, I can look back. It was significant, yes it was. So then I will put in an asterisk to indicate that it was significant. Now, physical health and support. Was also 0.35 insignificant. Let's do one that was not. Quality of marriage index and support. So quality of marriage is 2, support is 3. I can't remember the number. Was 0.18 with no star. So there's no star there because it's not significant, and there is a star there. In here, if you need to make the borders, up here it shows you how you could make borders, right, like that. You can come down here, make borders down here. So you can use this. Now again, it needs to look like the table. There's an example of that already on the previous YouTube video. This here was just to try to help you figure out how to pull the information from sorry, this isn't clicking right. From your tables in SPSS into Excel or Word. You don't have to use Excel to make the table. I was just showing you an example and where to pull the number from. This is the number, the top number goes in, the second one tells you whether or not there's a star, and the third one is just the end, and that does not need to be in the table. So hopefully this will help, and you'll be able to turn this in tonight.